there was a time in my life when I went through a situation with someone who did something that was unspeakable for me anyway. It's one of those things that, there's no comeback for. And I remember in the situation when all that was going on that a lot of people was advocating for like reconciliation. And in the beginning I was like, yeah, I thought that was the right thing to do. But then as you try to walk some roads that you try to walk, you realize that's just not something that you're capable of as a person. You don't hold that capacity. And I thought, well, it'd be more painful to stay than it would be to go. Like, of course, it would hurt to go, but it'd be more painful to stay here in this situation. And I remember in the process of that, watching this person, repent and go to the altar and, pray. And that should be something for believers that touches your heart and makes you go, that's such a beautiful thing. And, you should like be so happy and like glad about it. But I was bitter when I watched it. And I would watch him go to the altar and he would pray and talk to the Lord and, cry. And there was people that was like loving on him and stuff, and rightly so. Like that should have been happening. But I'm sitting from a different seat as an observer watching somebody who had done something that was devastating. And it seemed like it was just okay. And I was like, well, what's the point, God? If you can just do this and just say you're sorry, then why don't everybody should just do it? It's the easy way out. Like you find somebody that's attractive, somebody that you just want to be with, makes you feel good in the moment, and you just go like, whatever. And then you just say you're sorry. And I remember telling God, I was like, it's such a short walk to the cross to say that you're sorry and give forgiveness. It's such a short walk. And I was so bitter, and I was like, it's long to have to walk the path of healing. That's a long walk. And I was just so hurt about it. And I remember, time went by or whatever. And, I don't think time heals all wounds, but I think God heals wounds. And I think that, you're able to, let things go and understand that that people are allowed to make choices. And sometimes you reap the consequences of their choices too, And, so anyway, time went by, and then I had a conversation with this person, and we were talking, and it was years that had gone by. It was like enough time that you think that they should be, whatever, like over it and done with it. And it was not, and I remember in the call, like just hearing like the pain for him, and he talking about like the shame and like what he had to live with of the consequence of his choice, and that he wanted the relationship. It was just in that season, something else was what the devil loves to placate to you, make you think that it looks better. And I remember I prayed for him when I hung up the phone in a way that I had never prayed for him, hadn't prayed for him in years that way. And I was like, at the end of the day, everybody deserves to have forgiveness and to be loved on. It's just hard to be the person who gets hurt